Okay, and welcome to Chaos from Chaos to Country. I've got a very special guest today. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. First I want to introduce Camille Davis, my sister-in-law. But who's this little guy that we got on? Who's that?
Enzo. Say, I'm Enzo. Hello. You look
Enzo?
at the camera. Hello, sir.
Enzo to the camera. Enzo to the camera. For everybody that's listening right now, we have Camille Davis, my sister-in-law, on from Chaos the Country, and we have my nephew Enzo Clayton Davis. Hey, bud. So some of you are like, "Oh, another guest." Yes, that's right. I'm expanding, and this week Camille's been visiting from LA, and actually, Camille has always wanted to move to the South. Way before, I think for a long time, right, Camille?
Yes, since I was like 21.
Yes. So now let me ask you, what was initially your reason for wanting to move? Because actually, I should change it. You've thought either Texas, which is not considered the South, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I thought it
Yep.
is it Southwest?
I have not figured that out yet. But apparently, according to everybody on the internet, Texas is its own thing. It's not like I thought it was the South because I was like, oh, I'm from the South. I've been in Texas a bunch. And like, oh, no. That is not the South. So according to everybody, Texas it's geographically it is in the South, but it is not considered the South. Right? So Camille's wanted to move to Texas. She has some family ties in Texas, but Georgia's also been on the map for it, correct?
Yes, Georgia was on the map before Texas.
Oh.
Texas was like a backup option.
Okay, so can you tell everybody why you've wanted to, because by the way, Camille was born and raised in LA. So can you tell everybody like why you were like, I want to move out of LA, which is considered very diverse, but which by the way, it's kind of like, it's pretty segregated. It's not that diverse.
No, it's not.
People like to think it is, right?
But it's not.
So, can you explain like what has made you want to relocate for all these years? What?
Enzo.
I know it's Enzo now.
Nobody's asking you, okay?
Enzo.
You don't
is it because she's a mama now? No, she's wanting to move before that.
Yeah, before you even thought. Well, the first time I came here, I think I was 17. I came for a volleyball tournament, and I just really liked it. I felt like there were so many people that looked like me. And, you know, I went to Chaminade, you know. It was I was one of 3 white people. Not white people, sorry. One of 3 black people. And we were all mixed. So
that's it?
Yeah, that graduated.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that was, you know, I feel like that was like the Britney Spears era where everyone was like, blonde hair, super thin. And when I came here, I was like, oh, wow, there's people that look like me. So I've always liked it. And then when I came as an adult, I just felt the same. And I just felt like it's very family oriented. I like the idea of, you know, people helping to raise your kids and not being afraid. You know, in LA, you can't say anything to anybody. Otherwise, you get canceled or, you know, you can't correct people's kids. And I always wanted to raise kids here. And also, I just felt like there's black people doing everything.
Yes.
You know, they work in the grocery store, they work at the bank, they're CEOs, they're this. I feel like in LA it's very segregated where the black people are in one area doing, you know, they're all athletes or they're all...
Yeah, it's only one thing, yeah. And really, I feel like LA, and same with New York. In New York, it's like where, I mean, there's, Manhattan's kind of segregated like that too. We're recording. No, it's too late. We're already recording. Thank you. Okay. Back to our podcast.
You tell me, get out of here.
Again, it's so funny. When I'm recording this podcast by myself, he never interrupts me. But every time I have somebody on here, it's always like, hello? Like,
Does your uncle want to be part
of... Okay.
Did your uncle want to be on this show?
You guys... Just wait. You know what? You know what this is going to go on? This is going to go on acting like my husband. I'm definitely doing a sketch of him with that. Okay. So, what's the other crazy part about Camille's story is that her husband, Lorenzo, his mom lives 2 hours from us. So that's kind of crazy how that all happened. It's like, Camille's always been like, oh, I want to move to Georgia or Atlanta, Atlanta, be around thriving Black communities. She's always said that. She's like, I want to raise my kids around, she didn't even have kids. And she's like, I want to raise my kids around thriving Black communities. And it's so true. Here, what's so great is you have Black home ownership. Like, it's, everybody's thriving. And it's just like, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you are in other, like, and here's the other thing about California. If you go outside of LA, I mean, there's certain towns you don't want to be. And same with New York, I'll be honest. I'll never forget this. When I was in New York, I was doing a gig upstate New York, and I was in a gas station, and they had Confederate flags. And I was like, first of all, we are in the North. What is going on?
Right.
Second of all, that just shows you the demographic of some of the places that when you get outside. Because I think when you think New York, when you think LA, when you think Chicago, when you think Atlanta, you think diverse. But really, in some of those areas, there's not true diversity. It's not a true melting pot. It's like I was saying before the hubs interrupted. In New York, you have like Chinatown, you have Little Italy, you have Harlem. So in a way, it is everything, right? But if you go out to Long Island, it gets a little, kind of how
Like
LA
everyone
is.
kind of sticks in their own.
Yes.
Their own circle.
And then if you go up even more north, it's not as like Boston. It's not as known as being progressive or open. It is as I think people like to present themselves to be, right? So and I think Camille's been out here. Oh God, I gotta say, she said the funniest thing the other day. We were driving. Gas prices out here are like
$3-something.
$3.20, right? And at one point, okay, I'm gonna be Chris. She's going to be Camille, right? And Chris is driving and he goes, man, gas prices are going up.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Huh.
So I think Camille's already been sold on moving out here. Mm-hmm. Our next goal is to get Chelsea on board with us so we can get the whole family out here. Right, Enzo? But we have different rules to get Chelsea out here.
She needs a man. So if y'all know any...
She
wants to be a kept woman. So.
Yes. So this is not only just a podcast on why you should relocate to get into your, peaceful state of mind. It's also if you are single and over 5'11". Now hear me out. She's not one of those people that's like gotta be 6 foot and over. She literally is 6'2". So height is important to her. Have a job, preferably she needs to be kept, and a garden.
Oh, yes.
Garden is definitely a plus. She's got a dog, be dog friendly. So if you can hit us up and let us know if you know anybody, that would be great. Preferably a beard, but not required.
Not required.
Not required. So that's also our pitch. But so do you feel like you have a timeline to get out here?
I would move next month if the opportunity arose. I don't know.
Arose. Mm-hmm.
But my husband has an 11-year-old from a previous marriage. So I think just figuring out the timing and custody and how that would work with the 11-year-old. And I really think that's the only thing that's kind of stalling us. So
yeah, of course.
I'm letting him and his ex kind of figure out how they want to.
But I think he'd do great out here.
Oh,
he would love it.
Yeah, he would love it.
It would just be great. He would just have there is something about Atlanta's pretty crowded, but out where we are, it's literally, there's it's the suburbs. Gotta like suburb life. Today I was watching cardinals play with each other. I'm like, this is great. So we're getting to the end. Camille was already convinced. She didn't have to convince herself to move. So we're going to see what happens, because you never know. She might be out here sooner than we know. And then I'll be babysitting this little guy, right? Enzo, did you have fun on the podcast today?
Hello. Sir.
Can you say subscribe?
Say subscribe right now.
I'm giving you 3 years. You'll be saying like and subscribe. I know it. Thank you to our special guests, the Davises.
say you're welcome.
And join
They'll be
us
here all week.
next week. They'll be here all week. And join us next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.